The dance of a deeper explanation. Zen and Precepts Revisited. Ever notice how rules that were supposed to make life simpler sometimes end up making it even more confusing? Welcome to Zen. Let's take a few moments and revisit precepts, those familiar ethical guidelines that every Buddhist encounters, sooner or later. Don't kill. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't misuse sexuality. Don't intoxicate the mind. Straightforward, right? Except, not quite. In Zen, these precepts aren't commandments carved in stone. They're more like road signs pointing toward awareness. Early in practice, they help stabilize the mind. They provide the guardrails that keep us from falling into obvious chaos. But the deeper you go, the more you realize reality refuses to fit neatly inside a list of do's and don'ts. The closer one gets to truth, the more these rules start to bend and sometimes break. Take do not kill. Clear enough when it comes to violence. But what about pulling a weed? Or eating vegetables? Even breathing kills microorganisms. Does one break the precept every time one inhales? Or do not lie. Every word we speak is already a distortion. As language reduces infinite reality to a handful of symbols, so which lie counts? This is what we mean by moral inexactness, the realization that every action, even well-intentioned, sits in a field of contradictions. And rather than trying to escape those contradictions, Zen tells us to see through them. Because morality, like everything else, depends on conditions. And conditions are always shifting. At this point, Joshu Sasaki's teaching becomes essential. Sasaki said that when moral certainty collapses, the only thing left to return to is the activity of clarity. Not clarity as a state of knowing, but as the act of perceiving directly, before judgment, before comparison, before good or bad even appear. He warned that the moral person who clings too tightly to being good may still be serving the self, a subtler, spiritual ego. I am virtuous and I am compassionate become just another mask. Zen practice strips that mask away. The goal isn't to become moral in the eyes of others, but to let the self that measures morality dissolve entirely. When that happens, action arises from clarity itself, not from a rule book, not from guilt, not from pride. This doesn't mean ethics disappears. In fact, the opposite. When clarity acts, compassion is automatic. You don't have to think about what's right. You simply can't do harm, because there's no separate self left to defend. The precepts, then, are not laws, but mirrors. Each one reflects where we still cling, where clarity has not yet reached. And so, the practitioner begins to see. Do not kill means do not act from ignorance. Do not lie means do not distort reality for self-benefit. Do not steal means do not withhold what belongs to the shared fabric of being. Seen from clarity, each precept transforms from rule to realization. The irony is beautiful. You start with the precepts to learn discipline. You end by seeing that discipline is built into reality itself. The clearer you become, the less you need the reminder. In the end, Zen's moral training isn't about being good, it's about being clear. And from clarity, goodness flows as naturally as breath. The precepts don't constrain you. They disappear into you. And you, in turn, disappear into clarity. That's what it means to live by the precepts. Not by simply remembering and obeying them, but by embodying the clarity activity that naturally gives rise to them.